Ladies and gentlemen, we are indeed honored to be here today. This handing over of medical supplies from MedGive to the people and the country of Jamaica is indeed most honorable. Herman Levy, the president of the MedGive Corporation, has been working with the Jamaican community for many, many years. He, through his organization, MedGive, has provided thousands of medical supplies and in value to literally all the hospitals and medical institutions in Jamaica. Let's give it up for Herman Levy.
Herman.
We are also honored to be here with some wonderful people. Most honorable Dr. Clarke to my left, Councilman Mathieu Eugene, Dr. Eugene to my right, Claudette Powell, who was very instrumental in regards to the medical matters and operations here in New York. You'll hear from her in a second. Mark Appel, the president of the bridge here in New York. Come right here for me. Another Claudette, Jennifer Rather, from the Nurses Association. Winsome Clarke. And to my right, Claudette McFarquhar. Ladies and gentlemen, we are indeed honored to support the endeavor of MedGive and what's going on in regards to supporting the medical first responders in Jamaica. But the instruments that you see here will be able to support all the hospitals and the medical institution in Jamaica. On that note, we will hear from Dr. Clarke.
It's an honor and a privilege to join our community and all of those who understand what's going on within the region, especially following COVID. So this is a very important contribution, and I want to express the sincere gratitude of the entire Caribbean American community and Jamaicans in particular for this donation that will now leave this place to the island of Jamaica. And I want to say to all of my brothers and sisters, especially those from rural Jamaica like I am, where it takes hours to find a doctor or to get medical care, whether it's a mask you get, please know that COVID is dangerous, and don't be laughing. I know you guys like to laugh in Jamaica. This is a serious, serious pandemic, and we need to take all of the steps that we can take to protect all of our brothers and sisters. So this, for me, is really important, and I want to thank all concerned. Dr. Mathieu Eugene, who is my successor in public life, and he understands how tough it is to be in public life, and to all of the nurses and healthcare frontline workers that are here right now. I want to thank you for all of the effort that you put in on this side, and for us to encourage our folks on the other side to continue to do all that they can to protect all of our people. Thank you very much.
Dr. Mathieu Eugene has been serving this community, New York, and all Haiti and all over the world in his endeavor. Dr. Mathieu Eugene, could you please?
Thank you. Thank you so very much. It is such a pleasure and honor for me to be here to join wonderful, wonderful people who are doing wonderful things to help the nurses and the doctors, those we call heroes, to do the job that they love, saving life, taking care of people. Before I speak any further, let me take the opportunity to say I'm so pleased to share the podium with a trailblazer, my predecessor. Everybody knows, I don't need to make a long speech to say that I'm so honored and so pleased to share this moment with Mama Clarke, and everybody knows that she's my predecessor, a fighter for the Jamaican community, the Caribbean community, and for all of us. Thank you so very much, Dr. Clarke. I'm so happy. You're so beautiful and so young. So what's going on?
At 86, you will look just like this, and you'll sound even stronger because you're the male counterpart.
Thank you so very much. Let me take the opportunity also to thank MedGive, and also Herman Levy, I call him Rabbi Levy, and also my good friend Bill Tinglin, and a wonderful, wonderful person also, Mark, You know, we are friends from a long time ago. And all the nurses here. Because you know that we are facing an unprecedented tragedy that put New York City, United States, on its knees. This is horrible. It is horrible in the United States and Paris and in Jamaica, everywhere throughout the world. And as Dr. Clarke said, it is not over yet. Just take a moment to think that all the hospitals in the United States were overwhelmed. They didn't have the resources necessary to save lives because of COVID. Think about a country like Jamaica, like Haiti. That means if United States, France, Germany, England can face difficulties to save lives because of lack of supplies, lack of resources, what about Jamaica? Mr. Levy and Mr. Tinglin, what you are doing for Jamaica today is going to have a positive impact on United States of America. Because no boundaries right now in terms of health,
That's right.
in terms of well-being of people. Look at COVID. If people in Jamaica cannot, if the nurses, the doctors, the hospital cannot take care of the people in Jamaica, we will be in danger too. And it is very important that Mr. Levy and Mr. Tinglin, thank you very much for what you're doing. By doing this humanitarian gesture to Jamaica, you are helping us also in the United States of America. From the bottom of my heart, on behalf of my brothers and sisters from Jamaica, and on behalf of the community in New York also, thank you so very much. And let me tell you, I'm so proud also because my district is home to the largest Jamaican community. Again, thank you so very much, and God bless you for that, gentlemen. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Mark Appel has been an advocate here in New York, Israel, and all over the Caribbean and Africa. Mark Appel.
I'm so delighted to be here on a beautiful afternoon as we pay tribute and thank you to Mr. Herman Levy, MedGive. What a beautiful name, MedGive, giving to others. And our community that has a large Caribbean community, a large Jewish community, has always been a community of giving like no other community has. Brooklyn is a place where if anybody that was born or lived in Brooklyn, we know how to give. We know how to provide assistance to countries in need. We've provided to Haiti, to Florida, and of course to our own popular Jamaica. And it's so wonderful to be here with Mr. Levy. Thank you so much. But also the wonderful Nurses Association and the wonderful Councilman Mathieu Eugene, and of course, last but not least, Dr. Clarke, who's been a leader in this community, along with her daughter, Congresswoman Clarke, who couldn't be here today because she's voting on the infrastructure budget in Washington. But the Clarkes and Dr. Clarke has always brought so much passion into the community that everything we do, we got to do with our full heart. By helping one soul, we help the world. So God bless you and God bless all.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. For the Nurses Association here in the Northeast United States, Claudette Powell, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Mr. Herman Levy, President of MedGive, Dr. Una Clarke, Mama Clarke, Councilmember Eugene Mathieu, Mr. Appel, if I call your name correctly, Bill Tinglin, Dr. Claudette McFarquhar, President of the Jamaica Nurses Group of New York, since there's not too many of us, Winsome Clarke and Jennifer McDonald, and everyone else who's in attendance. Good afternoon. I am Claudette Powell. I'm a registered nurse, and I wear two hats for this occasion. I'm a former president of the Jamaica Nurses Group, currently the public relations officer, and I chair the Jamaica Diaspora Health Sector in the Northeast USA. I will define those two organizations for you to better understand why we're here. As far as the Jamaica Nurses Group of New York, it's the first formed Caribbean nursing organization in the United States. And that organization has been really taking a lead in providing services here in the United States and in Jamaica. So needless to say, they need to be here today to know that someone who's a friend of Jamaica, Mr. Herman Levy, is providing such valuable donation to 20-something hospitals, public hospitals in Jamaica. The other hat that I wear, thank you, is that the health sector is comprised of individuals and organizations, and Bill Tinglin is one of those individual members in that health sector. And those persons and organizations are interested in the health and welfare of the people of Jamaica. And so you'll find many of them doing medical missions, giving medical supplies and equipment. And I'm so proud to say, and thanks to Mr. Levy, that this might be one of the, maybe the largest shipment of medical supplies to Jamaica at the time when it is well needed. They are running into their third phase of the COVID, so needless to say, they are in need of these supplies, and of course the operating rooms can always do with the instruments. So with my message today, nothing more than saying thank you, thank you, thank you to an individual in the diaspora and a friend of Jamaica, Mr. Herman Levy, for thinking about our island, beloved island of Jamaica. Thank you.
Introduce yourself and extend your gratitude to Dennis Shipping for us, please.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Claudette McFarquhar, the president of the Jamaica Nurses Group. We just want to extend great thanks and gratitude to Dennis Shipping Company on behalf of the Jamaican people and the Jamaican Nurses Group, and also Mr. Levy, who has made this event possible. So thank you very much again, Dennis, for doing this for us. Thank you.
With the expectation and the future endeavor and ongoing relationship with the MedGive Corporation, we hope that this won't be the largest. We hope in the future that MedGive, through its endeavor, will continue to be one of the largest providers of medical supplies to the Jamaican community and the Caribbean. So on that note, we want to thank you so very much, MedGive, our president, Herman Levy. Thank you so much, Dr. Clarke. Thank you so much, Mark, for coming. Councilmember Eugene, Claudette, Dr. Claudette, and all the others. Thank you so much.